Hi friends, in the part 1 and part 2 we have created a Excel files and generated the reports from it also, and while creating the Excel file we have taken all the details of a different directories. We have selected 5 directories and each directory we have created one Excel file and we have used Pandas DataFrame for that. Now in the third part we will integrate all these things and give an application. We will use a Tkinter window to the user can select a directory where all the files are there and then pick up the Excel files and get the details and present it to the user. So in the back end we will be working with the Pandas DataFrame to generate all those reports. We will learn all about that. Before that, my request is please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you'll be notified as and when we add new tutorials, and we are frequently doing that also. Let's start with the demo first. We are running this application. Let's just run this, and here is the window. Now in this button, once I click it, I am presented with the file browser. Actually I can select a directory only. This I am, because the line here ask directory was the line number 12. So I am asking for a directory selection, because previously I was on data 2. I can browse to any other directory, but here my file structures are rigid, so I have to go to data 2. So I have selected this directory. So I am clicking select folder. Fine. Now what happens? This displays me what I have selected, my path of my directory. Then it displays here 3 columns. It picks up all the files of that one. All my Excel files are there, and here is the total number of rows or how many files are there. And this shows me how many files are modified in the month of July, whatever I have given the details. So in the part 1 we have seen how to create those Excel files and all and store it, and with all the details and all. And in the part 2 of this, the report module, we have already discussed what these numbers are, how these numbers can be displayed on we have displayed it on the console or in the command prompt. We have displayed this and this Excel file. This particular listing we are earlier displaying in the part 2, we have displayed in our command prompt. In this particular, we have now brought all the data to the Tkinter window. We are in our Visual Studio Code and we will start from here. Initially we are importing, here are the libraries we are importing. First operating system, then date and time, because we will be handling the file modified date. Then the Pandas library we are importing, then Tkinter, because as we are using the Tkinter window, then filedialog, because we want a user to give the option, so to select a directory using this filedialog library. Now then we are created the window here, my_w, my parent window, then width and height of it, so here it is 500 by 400. You can change it if you require it. Then the title, we have one title we have added. Then on higher size font we have declared, it is font family, then the size, then the style. Then we are keeping the window open. Let's run up to this point and see how this looks. Here is our blank window. To this window we'll add a button and a label first. So B1 is the button, then tk.button. Now my parent window is my_w. At the top we have declared it here at line number 6. Now that we are using it here. So my parent window. Now what should be written over that button? Text is select directory. This is just a label or text only, so you can change it whatever. Now higher size font I am giving here, font 22, slightly bigger font I have given, and then I will give command. So what will happen when this button is clicked? So command equal to, now this is lambda. Now lambda myfun. Myfun is the function which I have not yet declared. I have to declare it. So run that function once the button is clicked. That's what I am saying here. Now slightly change in BG. BG means the background. Whatever I will give. You can change it whatever color you want. I have given the light green. Now let me just place it on a grid here. B1.grid. Because in Tkinter we had to give a particular, in a grid view I am giving where it should be, row equal to 0, then column equal to 1, then pad x. From the left edge I am giving slight gap here. I am not flushing it with that. So once this button is clicked, it will select a directory. But what happens if I have to place what the user has selected the directory, I must display it, telling back the user this is the directory what you have selected. So that is the path of that. So I am giving label 1. One label I am creating, tk.label. Again, my parent window is my underscore w. Now the text, initially I will keep it blank because it has to display the path. So I am keeping, or you can give some initial text also. PG or the background slightly prominently should different. So I am giving a yellow. Slightly bigger font I am giving, font equal to 18. Now let me just place this in the grid by the side of the right side of the border. So a button above. So lv1.grid. Now what it is? Row equal to 0, same row where the button is, both are row 0, but column equal to what is the sorry, here I will keep this as 0 and this as 1. So it starts from, I can give 1 and 2 also because it is doesn't matter, absolute relative only. So it is the right of the button I am placing this one. So column 1, and here also pad x equal to 2. So slightly I am not flushing with the button, slightly gap. But here it is my function. My function I have not yet declared it. That's why it will give me an error if I want to see. Let me just define my function. And I will write the entire code here. Right now I will give pass. So let's, up to this point, let's see how the layout works, and we'll see this. So here it is. I'll select the directory. I can click this so that the file browser will open, and whatever I select, you can see here that will be displayed here. We'll keep our main code here inside my function. The first thing is because this is executed when the button is clicked. So we'll first create a variable path, and then that path will hold what the user has selected the directory, and how the user will select. That is because we'll say file dialog, ask directory. Now what happened? This file dialog is here. This we have imported, and now we are telling this line will present the selection of the directory. It will not select the file, it will only select the directory. So user selected, and what directories user has selected, that will be stored in the path. So I can just write it here also, the path of the directory. Fine, so that will come here. Now df, now I am creating a data frame here. Now equal to pd.read excel. Sorry, not that. What first I will do is, I will just remove this one. What I am thinking, what the user has selected, I must present it back to the display. For that, we have kept one label here, lb1. So here we will display it first. So lb1.config. I can any attribute or parameter I can change it. For all the Tkinter applications, any button color, anything, I can dynamically change it by using config or configure it. So I am saying text equal to path. So that whatever the user has selected, that will be displayed here. Now once that path is there, now after that, now L1, that is the list one. A list will be created by using os.list directory. List directory is, it will just go to the whatever given path is there. It will create a list by using all the files. So now L1 holds the list of files of what the user has selected. List of files of user selection. So list of files actually inside the directory. I am just writing inside directory of user. What user has selected, all the directories it will list it. I got a list of all the files because in the part 1 we have seen how those directories are created inside the particular directory, because we are pointing to that. So I'll have a list of those directories. Now I am just one variable, incremental variable, my row, because for all the directories one by one I will give the rows. So I am giving a increment. This I will increase it with inside a loop. So I am giving it a value as 1. Next loop it will be 2. Next loop it will be 3, like that. So now, sorry, I have to come here. Row I have given. Now for D in L1 means I am just looping through all the, suppose there are 10 files, the 10 times I have to loop. Each time I will take one file name. So L1 is the list of files here it is taken. So I got the D. What I will do is I will create that Excel file, whatever is there, that path I am creating here. Now path plus, I have to give a trailing slash, 2 slashes, because escape I am using. Now then I am using plus D. D is the file name. So whatever in my directory the file is there, one file name will be picked up inside one loop, and that will be added to the path. So I am getting a complete path now. So I will write it here, path with the file name, path with the file name, because now it is not only the path, it contains the file name also. So now df equal to, because I have the directly pointing to a Excel file, I can create a data frame using that. pd read underscore Excel. Now where is my file? F dot means this is the path where read that Excel file and create a data frame. While creating, this is nothing but we have already discussed how I can read an Excel file and create a data frame, that you can just go through if you want to know how I'll read Excel and create the data frame. Now I am saying index column, index call equal to, inside that f name or the file name is there. So I am saying that use that as your index column. Next time what I am doing is df. In that one dt column is, date column is there. That is where we are storing the file modified time. For that I am saying this data frame, use that as your date and time column. So for that I have to use to date and time. Yeah, here it is. So date and time. Now I am selling df. I have to give the column again dt. So I am using this column, you modify it, and to date and time you change it, update it. Now that particular data frame column dt is date and time. Why I am doing is because all sort of date calculations I can apply to this. So that is the reason. Now next line I will just copy and paste it, because this we have discussed in the part 2 of it. What I will just explain to you, but I am not doing anything, I am just printing it here. But I have commented it because our purpose is not to print, our purpose is to display it on the screen. I can still show it to the console, we can check it. What we are doing here it is, this we have entirely discussed in part 2. Here you can see D, this D is the file name. Then a separator we have created, designed it using shape. What is the total number of rows we have? Then we are saying the data, whatever the modified in this particular one is saying in 2023 how many files are modified, you calculate this, create a data frame, and then using the len, here it is up to this, then using the len to find out how many are modified. Now this line, if you will use it, this entirely we have discussed, this we will use it, then we will able to print it to the console. Let's just up to this point, but it will not be printing to the Tkinter window. That is what is our final output should be. Now let's just run it up to this point and you can see it also. Now select the directory, I am going, yeah, already it is, because this I can move up or down wherever I want. Inside this 5 Excel files are there. I have to select the folder, it won't allow me to select the one. So it's here, you can see the output has come in the console. Here it is, you can see every Excel file, it reads the total number of records, then how many are modified. Next Excel file, total number of records here and how many are modified. This is total, like that 5 files are there, so 5 outputs I am inside the loop, so 5 times the output is coming. We'll display this information in our Tkinter window, so for that we'll add some labels and this line will comment. This is not what we are targeting. So now let's create some labels. So I am giving my label 1. This is just a variable name only, tk.label. Now parent window, my underscore w, now that is parent window text. What should go there? This text is df shape. Shape is what is the, how many total number, because this returns, shape returns a tuple with rows and columns. Number of rows, next element is number of columns. First element I am taking because I am interested in number of elements. So total number of, here this value I am just taking it there. That's all I am doing. Now next line I will take my label. I will place it in a grid. placing it on a grid. So here I am giving row equal to my row. Why my row? My row is, we have declared it at the top. Here you see line number 15, my row equal to 1. First time it will take the 1 value, because inside the loop it will dynamically, it has to increment to next row. So I am giving it my row. So the first time it will take 1, next time 2, like that it will continue. So column, where it will be? Column equal to the first column, I am giving it as 0. Now once I am giving, now what I will say, sorry, I did a mistake here. This should not be text, should be changed to not save. This first one I have to give the D. D means the file name, because inside this loop every time one file name, so it should show me which Excel file I am taking. So it should show me the D is the file name, because this path we have created using that D. So D is the file name. I have to first let me leftmost column, I have to display my file name for that. So I have written here D here. So, and small change I will do. What I have written D. Now here I am giving, sorry, inside this I am giving font equal to font 1. Why font 1? We have already declared it here at line number 1, a higher size font, because some styles also I can associate with that. So I have given that font 1, I am writing it here. Then anchor equal to west side. It will take the values, which side it will align, east, west, north, south, like that. I am telling towards the left, you left aligned. So you give, I am giving the W or the west. It will take all other values, northwest, southwest, like that also I can give. Fine. So I have come to the next line. My label 1, row is, my column is 0. Sticky, it should stick to again west. Where is Macha? This is why it is giving error. Now then after this pad X, slightly I am giving some gap from the left edge. So I am saying pad X equal to 10, pad Y equal to 5. Now that means from the top edge give some gap, and left side also, left whatever the column comes. Now like that 3 values I am displaying. So 3 values I'll just do one thing. Instead of writing every time, I will copy this, but I should not forget to, yeah. So my label 2, now here the second one, my label, okay, I can change it to 1, I can keep it 1, because this is inside the 1 it is. So here I am, the text I will change it to, here second time I am coming df dot shape. Here I am writing 0, because this will give me the, okay, font I will not keep that font, because let it be lower size font, and anchor also I will not mention. So fine. Now this will tell me how many number of rows are there, second label. So let me just give it as label 2. Now grid, row, my row, column should be right of it. So I have to give 1. So hope you got it. Pad X, pad Y, let it be same. Now third one, my label 3 I am putting now. Here also I will put it 3, and first let me change the column, I will forget otherwise. So it's a right of it. So second one. Now everything else let it be same, and this I will remove it, not required. Font I am not going for higher size font for the third one. Here what I will do, I will just copy up this part, because that tells me how many files are modified in this year. So that's what I'll copy this. Where is my one? Here it is. I am just pasting it here. What mistake I did? I think I have 1, 2, 3 len df lens. Okay, label y. Sorry, I had to write text here. Text equal to. Fine. So this is the text it should go. That's all. Now this is sticky pad L3 grid I have placed. Now let's run this. If any problem is there, it will come. What happened? Text twice I have repeated where okay, sorry, here that second, this is already I have written already. This I must delete. Okay, let's just run this. Yeah, here it is. Now let me select a directory. Already by default it goes there already before I have selected. I can just move up, click this, select the folder. Now it is, why it is, because probably in my that directory I have only one file, so it is giving me this file SQL tutorial and giving me this one. But if I'll have multiple, what I will do, what we have done in part 2, the same one I will run it once, so I will be creating 5 directories. No, that's not the issue. Actually here I have not incremented the row. You can see here my row value is 1. So it is looping 5 times, but it is printing at the same location. I have to increment it by 1. My row equal to my row plus 1. So next file, next loop, next one, like that it will go. So I will just write it, increment the row number. So then next row will be printed. I am saving this, running it once. Now again I am selecting the same directory, data2, select the folder. You can see it is 1, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5, all the Excel files it has opened. Read the content, then this is the number of rows, how many files are modified within that. I can change this format that we have already discussed in part 3 also. Suppose you want last 1 month how many are updated, or last 1 week, all those data calculation can be done here. That's all friends. Hope you have enjoyed this 3-part series that finally we have created applications, and similarly many more applications using Pandas, Tkinter, all these integrating small applications that will give us a great learning on that, so we can develop it. I request you continue with us and please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon, so you'll be notified as and when we add new tutorials, and we are frequently doing that also. And if you have any doubts, suggestions, questions, use the comment section below to post it. Please share this with your friends, and thank you for watching.